Welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. This week, new customers can use that promo code PHNX when they sign up, and they can bet just $5 on any NFL team to win their game. And if they do, you win $200 in free bets this week at that DraftKings Sportsbook app. I'm joined by the mayor himself in his house being redone. What's happening, Derek?
Oh man, I've started out the new year in the worst possible way. I am switching rooms with my daughter from my office that I've been in for 10 years and her room that she's been in her entire life. So it's basically like moving. It feels like I'm moving an entire house at this point, and it sucks. And it's a terrible way to start off the new year. So I hope everybody's new year is going better than mine.
Why is that happening?
I don't know.
Well, there are some interesting games yesterday. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Aaron Rodgers, because having that man on your fantasy team is one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed, because they can be up 30 points in the fourth quarter and he just keeps throwing. It doesn't make sense, and I love it.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's so fun. But yeah, the Bengals go down, or the Bengals they take down the Chiefs yesterday in a performance that I didn't expect. I don't think anybody really expected. So that was a fun game. There was a bunch of fun games over this weekend. Did you have fun betting on them or watching them? Or
I did, but I have to ask you, what is wrong with the Chiefs? Like, what is the primary?
I don't think anything was really wrong with the Chiefs. I think it was more of the Chiefs defense has been playing really well. And I mean, they were the hottest team in the NFL before this loss. I think the Bengals just have a lot to deal with. And when that defensive front, like Trey Hendrickson, is playing as well as it is, it's hard to get stuff moving. They don't have that third guy in their receiving core yet. Byron Pringle, that's his name, Byron, tried to be that guy last week, and he was, but this week he was not. So it's just it's hard. It's hard to determine what's really going on with that team. I still think they're going to win the AFC, but Bengals Chiefs AFC divisional or championship matchup would be one hell of a game.
Absolutely. And I just have to wonder if this is more of the Bengals being as good as we thought they were at times this season, or if it's the Chiefs once again kind of having these struggles to prove how dominant they are. Like, this season has shown that this team is a very, very good team, but they just have some strange losses.
Well, yeah, I'm not ready to jump on the Bengals train yet, as they blew out the Ravens about 3 or 4 weeks ago and then lost to the Jets. And then they blew out the Ravens again and then beat the Chiefs. So who really knows? Yeah, the Cardinals obviously got a huge win yesterday. Unfortunately, the Rams couldn't choke that one away enough. So that would have been fun, but of course they didn't. Are you back on the Kyler Murray train? Everything okay there, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that what we saw yesterday was a balanced run pass attack, which is something that has been absent, and I know they've had their injuries. I know Rodney Hudson is one of those guys that, like, you can't equate how important he is to this offensive line, to everything. He's kind of the key to this team offensively. So I think that with, a healthy offensive line that can give him some time where he doesn't have to run as much. I mean, even in yesterday's win, he still ran more than I'd like to see him run, but it seemed like it was a well-designed, coaching scheme as far as, the balance of the attack against Dallas.
For sure. Yeah, going to be some interesting stuff to where everything falls in place. It's looking like they're either going to play the Niners if they can win the division, I think, and then they'd play somebody else. I forget. Johnny tweeted it this morning. It's not good not having Johnny on the show for stats like that. Yeah. So tonight's game, kind of a gross one. I'm so ready for Ben Roethlisberger to be out of the NFL. I'm sick of it. He has a little pea shooter arm, but then sometimes he plays well, and all the Ben Roethlisberger defenders come out and be like, "See, he's still a good cornerback." No, he's not. He's slow. He can't throw the ball downfield. And that team isn't good. They're just not very good. But the Browns are not good either. Baker Mayfield's not very good either. So these are two teams with quarterbacks that one's definitely gone after this year. And Baker Mayfield, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland just struggles on the road, and the Steelers tend to be really good there. But I don't know. I'm with you. The Steelers have the NFL's worst run defense, but and that seems like a recipe for Cleveland to really just take advantage of them. They just seem to kind of shit the bed against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, well, let's get into your picks for tonight. Well, Derek?
Yes.
Steelers -3?
Steelers -3.
Well, and then throw over to his props. So he wanted to parlay these two. He wanted to parlay the Chubb and then the alternate
yep.
under, right? Okay.
Yeah, the cowards parlay, as I know
Yeah.
you'd like to call it, but Nick Chubb anytime TD seems like a no-brainer. I went with the Deontay Johnson first TD just because I don't know.
I love that pick.
This seems like one of those kind of select games where it's not going to be your conventional favorite for that first touchdown, but it's such a ridiculous stat that it can be anybody. But Deontay Johnson's just been really good this year.
Yeah. I'm going to do something tonight that I'm not proud of. I'm in a fantasy championship and I'm up by 64 points. And he has Nick Chubb and Deontay Johnson. So I'm going to bet their alternate rushing total over as high as I can, the alternate receiving total over as high as I can, and both them to score a touchdown. Yeah, so if they do end up killing me, which I could totally see happening. I mean, look, like neither of these guys have had over 30 and a half point games, which is what they were going to need to win. But I could see Chubb rushing for 180 yards and scoring 3 touchdowns, and I'm just sitting in the corner
just
rocking.
To spite you. Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Oddly enough, the one thing I've noticed about fantasy football this season is I have won way more money on the DraftKings Sportsbook app over the course of a single weekend than I have from any of my fantasy football leagues that I've participated in. And I spent an entire season with those knuckleheads talking trash to each other and staying up late to get, guys off the waiver wire and all the sacrifices I make for my fantasy football team to be good. And what's the point? What's the point, Shane? I'm winning more money from the DraftKings Sportsbook just this weekend.
Well, that's why you should download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today. We've hit the final week of pro football regular season after today. Second to last Monday night football game, or is there even Monday night football game next week? Because I think it's just Saturday and Sunday. This might be the last one. New customers who bet just $5 on any team to win their game, you can get $200 in free bets if they do. So let's wind down the season with a big win. You can combine coward picks like Derek has,
absolutely,
on the same game parlays to make it a bigger payout. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. And best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want, unlike fantasy football. If players get hurt before the game that you bet on, the bet gets canceled. So there you go.
Way better.
So download that app today. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up at just $5 on any football team, college or pro, and win $200 in free bets if they're victorious. Promo code PHNX this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. That's 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customers only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. All right, let's get into my pick or picks. Yes, I got the Browns +3. Just because this is a weird, strange, gross, ugly division game that I'm taking the plus points, just getting some value there. I don't really know what's going to happen. So I'm taking the under as well. I just love unders in division games, and I know it's Monday Night Football, and I know people are going to hate me for this, but under in division games are the way to go. I think they hit it like a 60% clip after week 10. So you just got to keep riding it. Be consistent. Be consistent, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Cleveland is 7-8 against the spread this season, by the way.
That's a great number.
Yep.
That's almost 50%. That's where I'm at, baby. That's where I like to live. I like to live in that 45 to 50% range.
Sure. That's where good decisions are made.
Yeah. And then you can hit big splashes every now and then.
Absolutely.
Jacob is producing our show and commented, Big Ben has elite speed.
No,
Jacob,
you're a liar, Jacob. You're a terrible person, and you're not adding anything to the show.
All right, well, let's go and get into my props before we get out of here. Sometime. There we go. Pat Fryermuth.
What?
Yes, baby. He's a touchdown machine. He's an absolute touchdown machine. If you're saying what, you haven't watched this Steelers team. He has like 7 touchdowns in the past 8 or 9 weeks. Give me that boy all day. He's coming back from an injury. They're going to be looking to target him. Yeah, I'm taking Pat Fryermuth, baby. He's just got a great name, the Muth.
Yeah,
the Muth. Everyone goes, Muth, that's plus 1100. So give me that all day. And then, as I said, I'm taking these because I'm playing against them. Give me Deontay Johnson anytime touchdown at plus 110. Give me Nick Chubb over 88.5 rushing yards.
Hedge those bets, baby.
What would be sweet is if they both actually do believe in these too. But what would be sweet is if they both go crazy and I still win by like 2.
And then you still win by like 5 points. Yeah, that's
there we go.
Yeah, nothing better than a close victory in fantasy football to really rub it in your friend's face.
Yeah, I'd rather not sweat, but that's all right. Derek, anything going on the D-back side at gophnx.com?
We actually broke down some of the Mike Hazen's trades as far, at least the significant trades as far as being a GM of this team. And I also wrote up a piece casting a 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks movie. So if you want to see who I selected for Randy Johnson, or more importantly, Kurt Schilling, spoiler
Kurt Schilling's
alert,
one is really good.
It's Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, Kiefer. But anyway, you guys go check that out over at gophnx.com.
Definitely became a member today. Just 50 cents for your first month, or you can get an annual membership for just under $60. You can get a free t-shirt with that as well. Head over to the PHNX locker. Got new stuff dropping all the time. Before we get out of here, Derek, you got a score prediction for the game tonight?
I'm going to go 28-17 Pittsburgh.
I'm going to go 9-3 Steelers.
you want that terrible non-scoring game.
9-7, so I can cover the spread.
9-7.
That's going to be a banger. Wait, that means Pat Fryermuth doesn't get his touchdown though, or Deontay Johnson,
or Deontay. What are you doing?
I'm still sticking with
contradicting all of your picks.
Maybe they missed the extra point. Who knows? Or they get a safety. They win by a last-second safety in overtime.
There you go.
There we go. All right, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. You can follow me on Twitter at Shane D. If you can follow Derek on Twitter at cap_caveman with a K. If you're listening on audio, leave a 5-star review. Comment something nice about Johnny because he's not here to defend himself. We didn't say anything about him today, but we'll stay away from that because he's in Dallas right now. And it's not. I always think it's unfair to make fun of somebody when they're not on the show, but it's even more unfair to make fun of them when they're not in the state. So I'm going to stay away from that. If you're listening or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe. Don't miss out on any of our future content. And yeah, follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. And we'll see you here tomorrow. Peace.